Okay, one nice framework or model I learned about recently, it's called the Johari Window. So two psychologists in 1955 were doing some research about like group dynamics and just generally people's interpersonal relationships. And their names were Joseph and Harrington. So they just took the initials and then made Johari Window. And basically the model that they made looks like a window. So they just called it, so it's as dumb as that. So basically, this model is used usually to make the relationship between people stronger. So that's why I think like in the groups or better collaboration, better work, that's what it leads to. But because this model is so simple and very easy to adapt to, a lot of companies, products, and businesses have also started to use this. And we'll see how it can help. So, what it does in the end is it helps you be more self aware, and also you develop an understanding of others, right? So what basically the conclusion that they came up to is, let's say you put people in a room, and what really connects people and what prevents from connecting people, right? So they realized both the things. One is your knowledge about yourself and what people perceive, both are important for you to connect. This is how the model looks like. So let's start to understand it. So we'll start to understand from the way what it is meant for, which is to build better relationships. And then eventually we'll go to how we can use it in our product as product designers. So it's made of 4 quadrants. That's why it looks like a window. The top left quadrant is open area, and it is information that is known to yourself and information that is known to others, right? So that is a open area. The second quadrant is something that you don't know, but others know about you, right? So that is a blind area. If you don't know, you can't see it, but others are able to see it. That's a blind spot. Third quadrant is what is known to you, but others don't know about this fact. It is a hidden area. You are not really revealing this information. And fourth is, which we both don't know because maybe we have not even tried that thing out yet. So let's take an example. We'll start with that. So known to self and known to others. So we'll take an example of a person, right? So let's say there is a person who is very social, loves to go out, very adventurous, or loves to travel, let's say, right? These are the things that this person knows about himself or herself. And this thing is also shared with others because we all have observed this person. They are very, this thing they put on social media when they are traveling. So we know they are enthusiastic about this. It's in the open area. Now, what happens is, let's go to the second quadrant. Now, there is this habit of this person, which is because they get too enthusiastic about certain things in the group conversations, they start to cut people off, right? So, when someone starts talking, this person interrupts and then takes over the conversation. This is a habit which this person doesn't really realize ki I do this, but it is very well known to others. So, it's my blind spot. Third is, let's say, a hidden area. Now, this person maybe has a hobby which they haven't really shared because they never really got a chance to share it. Let's say they are into cooking, or they had worked in past like 5 years back as a real estate agent or something. So this is something which never came up in the conversation. So this is the information I know about myself, but others don't know about. So this is more like a hidden information. And the fourth one is unknown, which is maybe I have not even, let's say, I've never tried any adventure sport. So I don't even know if I'll enjoy that, right? Or maybe I've not tried gaming. So I don't know if I love gaming or not love. And this fact I also don't know. No one also knows about me. So it's an unknown area, right? The whole goal of the Johari window is to make the open area as large as possible. Because if you do, that's when the relationships are the strongest, right? Because as many blind areas, hidden areas, and unknown areas exist between two people in a group, more the chances you are like strangers, right? So if you think about it, if you meet a stranger, you have very less understanding of who this person is. You might know something that person looks like they are from India, maybe their gender, with the clothes you can make some things up, but that is the only open area. Everything else is hidden or blind or unknown. So basically the Johari window looks something like this, where you don't know anything about them and everything else is like big. So you can't be bonded with this person. And now think of a friend who just knows a lot about you. This window keeps becoming bigger, open area. And so we'll go with the same example, right? Now, let's say this person didn't know that they have this habit of cutting people off or interrupting in the conversations. Now, let's say this person goes and asks that, hey, I want to know if you have a feedback for me. Or someone from the other side comes and says, hey, can we talk for a minute? I feel this habit of yours is causing problem in the group. Can you just improve that? As soon as the feedback is received, this area increases, right? It's come to the open area. Blind area has reduced because now this is no more an information that I don't know about myself. I know about it. Known to self has increased, right? Now, let's see hidden area. Now, let's say in the work setting, I may end up always talking about work or our projects or anything. But maybe over the lunch or some team outing, I got to spend more time with this person. And then I started sharing that, hey, you know what? I love cooking and I also have a channel where I upload these videos. Or long time back, I was in real estate and these were my thoughts. And then suddenly, like you learned more about this person, you felt more connected with this person. And then open area increased, right? So very simple, like it just feels, yeah, very obvious, but as simple as that. So as much open area increases, now let's say this person wasn't into gaming, but someone told them about it. They didn't even know if they would like it, not like it. But let's say someone over the weekend, this come over, we'll play games together. So now this person experimented with a new hobby and they learned that if they liked it, not liked it, and that fact is shared with the other one also. This person tried it and they hated it or they loved it. So again, you made the unknown area smaller and the open area increased, right? So that's how Johari window works, which is as much as you keep opening up the open area and move the things from blind, hidden, and unknown area, you get the open area. And that's just super helpful for building relationship and generally building brands, building business, building products, everything. Good so far? Okay. So now we'll see what can we learn from this in terms of, I don't know, business or our product, right? So I try to do similar thing for Techion, let's say. So what is known to us, or even if we narrow it down in Techion as a product designer, what you know versus what our users know. So let's start again with the open area. Now let's say as a product, we always say that we are very innovative company. We are very technology and user centric company. We are very intuitive to learn software, right? Let's say these are the three things which we also believe in. We know about us. Our users know about it. It's an open area. We are all aligned there. As soon as the things are in open area, it leads to clarity. We both know. It leads to trust. It leads to better decisions because we both know about it. It can be bad things also that we both know. Let's say because we are a new software, we are not at parity with other tools that have been out there for 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years. So if this fact is shared with others that, hey guys, we are a new software, we are building up and we don't have X number of features yet. Again, it's out in the open area. It helps build trust, right? It's a great place to be in. Blind area. What can be the blind area which Techion doesn't know, but users know, right? So when we went out with the first module that we went out service, right? We thought that we have created this amazing interface which could do so many things, very well structured, lot of data upfront, no hidden data, no like complex keys to reveal something. As soon as we went out, there were a bunch of people who really appreciated it. And then eventually we didn't know. We thought this is a perfect tool to be out there in this whole landscape of all the legacy tools. After some point, when we started to go to the user, shadow them, see how they're working, or we started receiving support tickets, we realized that because the legacy tools had no graphical interface, all the data, every information is like seen upfront on half the screen. It's all clustered, very complex to see, but it's there. Versus suddenly now you have tabs, you have scrolls, you have clicks, you have hovers. Were not used to it. And suddenly it became like a huge problem where efficiency went down significantly. The task they were able to do of adding recommendations, suggest adding parts, from 10 seconds with keyboard shortcuts, it became 3 minutes. Significant decrease in efficiency, right? This happened to be our blind area because we didn't know that this could lead to this. Users saw this because they were experiencing this day to day. So as soon as we knew about it, we increased the open area. We learned about it. And if the blind area is there, it causes missed opportunities and customer frustration. If we never knew about it, if you never received that feedback, or if you never observed your customers, you would just feel like, oh, I have a very cool thing out there, but you would never know that it's actually a blind spot. Your users are not really happy, right? Now, hidden area. Hidden area leads to misalignment and confusion and lack of trust. So what is the hidden area for Techion? We as a product have always communicated every time on every sales, like just to the world, that we are one integrated, seamless tool, right? We have CRM, sales, service, parts, accounting, payment, everything on one tool, and it's just as seamless as it can get. This communication is out there. Everyone knows this. We also believe this. But there is one area where, because of CRM, we have this new entity called contact. So there is a customer record, there is a contact record. This right now, we know that these two entities don't really talk to each other very well because of certain valid reasons. The data transfer between these two is super nuanced, right? Like when I update something here, most possibly because of certain reason, it's not going to go update there. And if I change the contact information there, like address here, it's not going to go reflect there. Now this information is known to us, but not known to users that, hey, yes, we are one integrated seamless tool, but these two entities have some nuanced connect between them. For them, they feel like it has to work like as seamlessly as possible. They don't understand the technology or whatever is going behind that, right? Now, this happened to be a hidden area, which caused a lot of misalignment, confusion, and lack of trust, because when the new dealership started using our CRM, they were like, I updated something on the contact, it never showed on the customer. I updated something on the customer, never showed on the contact. What is this? You guys lied to us. What is happening? This was a hidden area. So always causes a lack of trust. So even if some things are going wrong, put it out there, communicate and tell them that, hey, these are the things, this is how it works. Even though it's bad, I'm owning my bad thing, but this is how it works, and bring it to open area, because at least it will help you get the trust. Now, unknown area. Now, let's say as a company, we are into automotive retail, but we have never, let's say, explored an opportunity to even use our tool for, I don't know, aerospace industry. We don't know that. So we don't know if this tool will work for aerospace because we have never tried it. Or let's say some of the independent tools like maybe CRM or Techion Pay, we use it specifically for auto retail industry. Can it be used in other industries as well? We have never tried. We have never experimented, so we don't know. And when you don't experiment, leads to unpredictability and loss of innovation potential. Because if you have tried doing something, it's always better, right? So this is broadly how we can use it for our product. Now, let's understand what we can do to decrease these things and increase this, right? So one specific area that I would like to focus, or if there is one thing that you take away from today's conversation, I would say is reducing the blind area. Let's maybe forget about hidden areas and unknown areas for a bit. Maybe in future we'll come back and have another session or discussion about it. But one thing you take away today is how to reduce the blind area, which is super critical for us as product designers. So let me start with hidden area. We'll just touch up on these, but we'll talk in detail about the blind area. So hidden area, how do we reduce? By communicating. As I said, if Techion went ahead and shared that, hey, you know what, there is a slowness in the system, you're going to experience it. There is going to be some misalignment of data. You're going to experience it. There is some issue happening. Just openly share everything with the customers, put it out there, because if there are hidden areas, people feel betrayed. Like you don't want to hide something and they find out on themselves and they feel bad about it. So share insights transparently, document decisions, tell them the reasoning, improve the communication. That's the only way to reduce the hidden area. As it reduces with the communication, open area increases. Unknown area, experiment more, try new ideas, explore emerging trends, encourage cross-functional brainstorming. I think AI initiative that we have going on, super good idea, right? Like I feel excited about it always, because we are usually doing our tickets, our roadmap, but this is one which is you are really going for, I just want to innovate. I just don't want to have any practical constraints. Let me just experiment. And it can lead to some really cool things. So keep experimenting, forcefully experiment, right? Sometimes bringing in cross-functional people and brainstorming is also a wonderful idea, because you know only as much you know, right? So if you bring in, let's say, other people, developers, product managers, or from someone from another industry altogether, and try talking to them about something, they may share an perspective or insight that you may really enjoy or will give you a new idea. And that experimentation will help you reduce the unknown areas and increase the open areas. Now, how to reduce the blind areas? It's simply getting into the feedback, right? As much feedback you have, as much you are aware of your product, customers, business, industry, the blind area reduces further and you open up the known area, and it's the best place to be in. Some of the things which I would suggest is Pando. If some of you have still not completed the courses, I would request you to do it. I know it's time taking, but it's just so much value sitting in there that we have not even realized yet. So I would say even make it a mandatory habit that any small ticket also you're doing, go try to get some data from the users about that feature around it, and then use that data in some way, or even just be aware about it. But start doing that. Another thing that I try doing, which is again super helpful for me, is like there are a few Slack channels usually named Ask Sales, Ask Service, or Feedback Sales, Feedback Parts, like whatever. These channels, why they were created is there are field teams out there who are visiting dealerships, who are talking to dealers, and they, when the dealers ask something, they want to know the answer and they also don't know. So they are connected to the developers and the product and other experts. Usually they respond to that, hey, this is how you go fix this problem. I feel this is a beautiful everyday newsletter, right? Every morning, I have this every day 10 new, 15 new messages in that channel. I open it, I spend 15 minutes, I just go read every feedback. What are people talking about it? What are people saying? The things that I feel are big, like problems, I try to note them down separately. Things which I feel super simple, but maybe we never thought about it. I try to share it with the team and then we see how we can solve them. There are things which are some great ideas hidden. I maintain like a idea sheet that someday we'll take an initiative on this. I think everyone should start doing this. I know it's not our responsibility to solve their problems, but it's like a wonderful place to just go and see what problems are coming day to day to our users. And someone is helping them solve that. Some of them convert into becoming a part of the roadmap. Some of them get resolved right there. Some of them have a very weird way to go solve them. They're like, no, you have to go to this tile, then click here, then you will find this report. And then you're like, oh, why can't I just bring it here if a lot of people are using it? So those type of ideas come into the picture. A wonderful exercise. I would suggest everyone to do that. Analyzing support tickets, I know it's like a big thing, but I think there is a nice way to make it small. What I would suggest is every team usually has 4, 5 people in a team. Every 2 months, one person takes the responsibility of support tickets. Every 2 months, this person goes and asks for the support ticket dump from last 2 months, take it. There is another nice thing that we recently discovered, that we have this Office 360 ka access for everyone, Microsoft ka. It has its own AI to help you. So that data, you can just take that Excel sheet, dump it in there, ask it questions, and it's going to give you stuff. So you don't even have to go through support tickets and analyze everything in detail. Dump it there, ask it what are the biggest raised issues, what are the concerns people are facing, what is the area which is causing the most problem, and you will have these insights. Again, don't worry about doing something about these insights. Just keep them, just be aware of them. As much as you know, it's just better. It's going to come in use sometime. Share it with your team, talk about it in one of the meetings, and great, everyone was aware about this. One thing which I feel personally super like proud of and happy that we get to do this is like very easy access to the field teams and customers. And this is one thing, when I'm taking any interview, I sell Techion based on that. I'm like, you know what, when you are here, at any point of time you feel like talking to a customer, you can just go talk to them. And I feel it's super rare. You don't really see it in every company because there are a lot of channels you have to go through to talk to the customer, or you have, because you're representing the brand in a way, right? But here it's very chill. I feel we underutilize it. Sometimes when I would be working, I make it a goal that even I feel if it's like a small change, I just want to go talk to someone. That's okay. I don't care if I get something very useful out of this conversation, but I want to just talk to this person and know about this area. If you put that, give yourself it as a constraint key. Every time I just want to connect with someone regarding this, even if I'm adding a checkbox for this, why not just talk to someone on the field team and say, hey, I was just trying this thing out. What do you think? Do a lot of people do this? Is this a regular feature that people use? How many of this? Whatever conversation, have a 15-minute chat. You have built a relationship with this person, new person, and you also learn something about this overall area instead of just thinking about a UX of it, how the users react to this. What is that scenario when someone comes in and takes this action? There were times in between where I was not really actively working on many design task deliveries. So I felt like I was not able to talk to customers much. So then I gave myself a constraint key. For these next 2 months, every week I have to talk to one customer and I will figure out what I want to talk about. And I started doing that, where I would be like, you know what, this area, I want to just chat to someone about. And then I want to see in their current tool, what are they doing? What is their day looking like? And just, it's okay. I just want to just know. I don't care if how I will use it. I just want to know about this. I want to remove that blind area from myself. And the last one, which I personally didn't do, but I think some of the people like Piyush, Apurva told me about it, is that there are like these amazing YouTube channels where people record, like there are users who are saying, this is how my day looks like as a salesperson. This is what I do as parts inventory manager. These are my problems. And what better than just getting to see a day in their life, right? There are these amazing forums. A bunch of these conversations are on LinkedIn as well. Or there are these specific forums where people are like, industry people are asking, hey, how do I generate more leads? What is the best practice for this? And then all the managers and multiple people are coming and commenting on them. Just spend 15 minutes. What would be nice is, again, these don't come automatically on our way, so we don't stumble upon them. But sometimes you have to consciously do that. So what I would suggest is, let's say every Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 3:15 p.m., block your calendar and say, just browse what's happening about the users and just go Google search, read some report, some website, some blog, read. And then it's okay. If you find something interesting, share it with the other people. If you don't find something like right away shareable, you would know something, you would learn. You may not feel it right away, but you would know something better. So these are the things I would like highly recommend everyone to do, because I feel it's a big problem that we hear super far from our users. We don't know what is happening there in US somewhere, or in UK, in Canada. And these are some great ways to actually just be close to them, remove that blind spot, just to know about the customers. And then once that starts to happen, the open area keeps increasing. We reduce these other areas and we'll be in much better place. And as I said, don't worry about the instant value. Don't think about it at all, I would say. It's just like training your LLM, right? Like how there is so much data that can keep going. You can ask AI, maybe you don't even ask it question related to that data, but because it knows, it's going to make some pattern, it's going to make some connection and give you a richer answer. And that's all you are doing. Right now, you may not realize the value of it. But 6 months from now, when you're working on that project or having a conversation with someone, you'll be like, oh, you know what? This is their behavior. So basically, you are making your intuition much stronger by learning about what is happening around, right? So keep training your LLM without really feeling, oh, I haven't really learned. So earlier, when I was doing a lot of interviews, I would walk out and just my first thought would be judging that interview. What a useless, like 1 hour, like this person didn't give me anything new. But I realized that's completely fine. Not giving anything new is something because I was looking for something very specific. But all the other conversation that taught me about this person, the story this person told me about, even their kid going to school, maybe helped me in some way empathizing with them better. And maybe one of the decisions has been impacted because of that information. So I think just keep an open mind about it and just give yourself opportunity to keep learning about this and remove the blind spot.